Okay, today we are going to write equations given a point and a slope, and we're going to be writing equations in slope-intercept form. So before we actually do an example, I just want to show you on a graph what we will be doing today. So first, typically you're given a line or you're given an equation to graph a line. Today we're only going to be given pieces of this line. So the first piece of information that you'll be given today is a point. And so this can be any point along your line. So today I'm going to give you the point -6, -1. And then the other piece of information you'll be given today is the slope. So I'm telling you the slope of this line is 1/2. So you would start with your point, and then you would take your slope and you would go up 1/2, and you would just keep working through your graph until you found the y-intercept. Once you know what the y-intercept is, then you can write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So here's our first example. Write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through the point -4, 3, and has a slope of -2. So this is slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Typically you know what m and b are, you know the slope and the y-intercept. So today you are going to be given the slope, and we are going to find the y-intercept. And you have two options to do this. So the first option is you can just use a coordinate plane. The point I gave you was -4, 3. So you can plot that point. There's -4, 3. And then you can use your slope to your advantage. I told you the slope was -2 or -2/1. So then you can start from your point and go down 2/1 until you hit the y-intercept. So this would be my line, and that is where my line crosses the y-axis, which is at -5. And so now you know the slope is -2, and we now know that the y-intercept is -5, and so you can write your answer, which would be y equals -2x minus 5. So that's your first option, is to use a coordinate plane. The second option is to use our slope-intercept formula. So again, here's the same information. I've told you this point is -4, 3, and that the slope is -2. So you should be able to tell me that you know the equation at least has to be y equals -2x plus we're not sure what, but we're going to find out. So we're going to use our formula. Everyone knows that the m value is -2, so we can substitute in -2 for the m value. And then we're going to use our ordered pair to our advantage. You know that an ordered pair gives you an x and a y coordinate, or x and y value. So we can substitute these values into our equation. So the x value in my equation I can substitute in as -4, and the y value I can substitute in as 3. So when we substitute it in, this is what it looks like. And now we're just going to evaluate this quick equation to find the b value. So -2 times 4 is 8. And now to get b by itself, I'm going to just subtract 8 from both sides and get -5. So now over from my formula, I can write y equals -2x minus 5. So this needs to be your final answer. You have to give me the equation of the line. Okay, let's do another example. So I'm giving you a point of -2, 1 and a slope of 4. So our line goes through the point, passes through the point, -2, -1, and has a slope of 4. So you should be able to tell me the equation has to be y equals 4x, and we don't know what the y-intercept is yet. So again, we're going to use our information to our advantage and plug into slope-intercept form. So here's my x value from my ordered pair. I would substitute that in for x. This is my y value from my ordered pair. I'm going to substitute that in for y. And then I'm going to substitute in the m value. So I'm going to evaluate. 4 times -2 is -8. And now I'm trying to get b by itself, so I should add 8 to both sides, and I'm going to get that the b value is 7. So the equation of my line will be y equals 4x plus 7. Okay, one more question. Okay, we're going to write an equation of a line that passes through the point 9, -6 and has a slope of 2/3. So again, you can at least tell me, you know it should be y equals 2/3 x, and we will find out what the b value should be. So here's the formula. We're going to substitute in all this information to find the b value. So the y value from the coordinate is -6. The m value is 2/3, and the x value from the coordinate, the ordered pair, is 9. So 2/3 times 9 is 6. And then I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides to find the b value, and I'm going to get that the b value is -12. And so my equation will be y equals 2/3 x minus 12. And that is how you find the equation of a line when you're given a point and a slope.